DemonFang is my new favorite solo dungeon weapon. This build is about as easy as the nature stuff we showed before, but much faster. With this build, we managed to regenerate HP as far as you can lose it, and it only gets better the more fame you get. This is also a competent solo PvP weapon, so leveling this up will be useful in arenas, hellgates, and even corrupted dungeons. First you take your DemonFang, duh. Your Q is Deadly Swipe, a nice little dash that also charges your Assassin Spirit. Each Assassin Spirit charge is 6% extra damage, so you wanna keep it stacked all the time. Your W is Throwing Blades, a great AoE, but it also gives you 15 to 45% extra damage for 5 seconds depending on how many mobs you hit with it, and a little move speed buff so you can clear that a little faster. Your E is Blood Ritual, your secret weapon and also your greatest enemy. There is no other way to say it. You do stupid AoE damage with this thing. Here's the problem, you take damage when you spam it 3 times. You can bonk hard, but if you keep bonking hard, you gotta make sure that you're not bonking within yourself. Good news is I designed this build to sustain you through all of that damage, so stay tuned because here comes the tricks. You wanna take Scholar's Cowl for your headpiece because you need energy shield. You see, you chug energy like crazy with this build, and since you hurt yourself with your E, if you pop it at the same time you get more energy using the active of this cowl. Then you take Helion Jacket for your chest piece, as the Lifesteal aura is not only great AoE damage, but it also heals you really fast in AoE pools. And trust me son, you really need healing. Assassin's Jacket is a decent alternative, a lot cheaper, but Helion is just better. Your offhand is a normal regular torch. Honestly, I cannot justify spending silver on anything fancier because this just works. Your boots are any plate boots with rejuvenating sprint on them because once again you need that extra little bit of healing. You can get Thetford Cape to do a little more AoE damage, and otherwise if your budget is tight you can just get a normal cape, it is good enough. A full 4.2 loadout is 214k with the horse included, but you can take it down to about 118k if you take Assassin's Jacket and a normal cape. As always, Avalonian beef stew is the best food in the game, but that's really expensive, so the secret power of this build is roast pork. Yes, it's not a soup, it's not an omelette, it is roast pork of all things. It gives you lifesteal, which is normally terrible, but with this build you do so much damage it actually heals you more than any other similar food. 3 hits of an E on an AoE pool will heal like 10% of your HP in one go. It is pretty nutty, and it also scales better the more fame and gear you have. Any horse mount will do. I recommend you farm tier 6 dungeons, even though you can do tier 8 with this, for many reasons. First of all, the maps for tier 6 are very cheap, so that increases your profits a lot. The loot isn't that much worse than tier 8 actually, since it's a lot easier. You can wear less expensive gear to do it, so it sucks a lot less whenever you get inevitably ganked by those 4 dudes that stand in the entrance to Limhurst speaking in Venezuelan all day. Again, tier 8 dungeons are the best for fame, but silver profit tier 6 is better, and that's without taking into account all the risks that you get by doing tier 8. The way you farm dungeons is that you take your map from the Black Zone portal, since remember, the Black Zone gives you bonus loot. Good news is you are not a sitting duck anymore. You can fend off a decent amount of 1v1 invasions with this build, as your burst damage is off the chain. Give it a try in the arena, man, you will not regret it. Get inside and start the Dungeruni. Try to get 1 or 2 charges of Assassin Spirit before you do your W and E combo, because then you can do the big AoE boom 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 with all that bonus damage. If they are normal sized mobs, they should be dead by now. For bosses, you wanna change to Thunder Armor for your Q because it's better single target damage, but otherwise man, this build is pretty intuitive, you know, you move fast, you do big AoE boom boom, you suck the life with Helion Jacket and push it to the limit. I gotta say, compared to nature stuff, this build takes slightly a little more gear and fame to come online. I was able to clear a tier 8 on 4.2 gear and almost 0 spec with this too, but I encountered much more difficulties. I died twice in a particular pool, for example, because I couldn't kill the mobs fast enough. You can see the footage right here. The upside is that this scales with fame a lot better, so you get much stronger the more you use it, so even though I cannot do tier 8 right now with the crappy gear, I will easily be able to do it if I keep grinding. This is more gold per hour once you get competent at it, so far about a 20% increase from my nature staff build, clocking at about 600 to 700 silver per hour, doing tier 6 dungeons with a 10-hour sample. Remember again that solo dungeon loot is extremely random, so 10 hours may not be enough to tell the efficiency of a build. But rest assured, this is an extremely competent build. Now, is this the absolute best build for farming solo dungeons? Well, probably not. Even then, I think this build is often slept on, and you can also take it for many PvP activities, so this is a lot more useful than just getting your nature stuff. Once again, I am Samedina, subscribe to the channel for we always got a lot more coming, join the Discord, and may the mist of Avalon not get too steamy for you, son.